Happy Friday the 13th, everyone. It's Mario Fan 520 here. Well, by the time you're watching this, it will be Friday the 13th. And on occasion, me and Crazito, say what's up? We're going to review the movie Friday the 13th. It's one of the most profitable horror movies out there today. And I decided to do this for Friday the 13th, just for an occasion, something like that. If you haven't seen this movie, it's basically about these campers at Crystal Lake basically reopens, and then some weird incidents happen. Basically, a little boy named Jason drowned at the lake while counselors were having sex and stuff like that. And then the mother blamed them for being unsupervised, and then basically Palma Voorhees is upset, which causes her to go on a killing spree and kill any horny teen on camp. That's basically it. Alright, so, and to me, when I say this is the most profitable horror movie out there, it is. I mean, a lot of people will say this is a classic. Some other people will say they hate this movie. But I think it's actually pretty fair horror movie.
The effects are that in Friday the 13th, there's a girl that's a killer. That's Jason's mom, if you watch the other one. And it's not that old, but it has, not that good.
The effects in this movie were pretty good. What'd you think?
Good.
Yeah, the effects, that certain scene where Palma Voorhees impales one of the teenagers from behind the bed, that was pretty dope. When I forgot what weapon it was, but it wasn't a machete, that's for sure. But the effects, the effects were actually pretty decent at times. Most of them are just throat slitting scenes and stuff like that, and they're actually pretty cool. But for this movie, a lot of people will look at this movie and say it's a classic, it's really good. Others will say it's actually kind of boring. I actually like this movie a lot. But yeah, this isn't the best. I actually do think it's one of the best out there, though. It is a timeless, sometimes it can be a timeless movie, but it's nothing like Michael Myers or something like that. But you will get entertained sometimes in this movie, right? If you're an old horror movie fan, stuff like that, then yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll like this movie.
The scene that I like is when Jason's mom, this guy or camper, was laying on the bed, and she was under the bed, and she stabbed him right here, and it went through.
Yeah, that was probably the most goriest kill in the movie, maybe, where Palma Voorhees impaled the weapon through his neck, and you could actually see the blood gushing out. That was actually pretty graphic. It was pretty cool. And those the axe scene, remember where she takes the axe to the teenager? Yeah, that was actually pretty cool too. And when she slit the woman's throat, that was actually pretty BA. That was good. And let's talk about the acting in this movie. The acting in this movie is like any other teenage horror movie, like Michael Myers and stuff like that. A Nightmare on Elm Street, so you're not going to get anything surprising. The acting in this movie is sometimes bad, but it's decent. It's decent, right? Palma Voorhees is just amazing. I think she's way better than Jason a little bit. But basically, she's not one of the best, but I think she is one of the most recognized villains. I mean, she just basically kills these teens for revenge because her son drowned at Crystal Lake and on his birthday.
Yeah, well, campers were making out.
Yeah.
And she actually kills them.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she basically killed all the horny teens in Camp Crystal Lake and stuff like that. And Jason was basically an infant. He was nothing compared to anyone else because, he even had to go to homeschool and stuff like that. But yeah, and if you guys seen the sequels, you basically know that Jason's the killer in the other sequels because he just keeps on coming alive. He was actually supposed to get another movie called Friday the 13th. It was supposed to be the 13th movie in the franchise, but they canceled it for some reason. And yeah, he just keeps on coming back every day. Well, not every day, but every Friday the 13th. He comes back and kills any horny teen in sight in Camp Crystal Lake, and he doesn't care. And this movie started an enormous franchise. This actually should have been one of those movies that should have had an individual movie. But no, they went into second chapter, third chapter, fourth chapter. It's very interesting and stuff like that. And all those characters, like I mentioned, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason, Pinhead, all those characters have interesting backstories on what makes them good horror movie villains. But Michael Myers, he's one of those villains that he's just evil.
And he doesn't care about you.
Yeah, but when it comes to Jason, that's way different. He mostly wants to kill for revenge and for his mother. That's really different, right?
Yes.
However, what's her name? I think her name's Betsy or something like that. I have to look up her name. But she plays as Palma Voorhees. I think that's her name. She's amazing. She's amazing in this movie, and you don't see her pop up until like near the ending of the movie. But what she does in this movie, it's actually kind of like, oh my god, that's creepy, right? Because you don't know who's killing the people until it actually reveals it near the ending of the movie. And you're like, who's doing this? Is Jason alive or who's doing this? Because in the very first death that they show in the movie, the very first death, they just like the camera goes into that and the man he and the teenager, he's like, we weren't doing anything, we were just messing around, and he gets stabbed, and then you can actually see like the blood wound, and then that woman, the teenager, she gets killed, and you can see like the camera paving towards her, and then she just screams, and when she screams, it just like fades in front of her, and you don't actually see what happened to her. There is a cut version in the movie when it actually shows what happened to the teenager, but they didn't want to put it into the movie because it would be too graphic. Yeah. And before I talk about this first movie, I also want to talk about the Jason's mask. Remember, the hockey mask in the other movies.
He actually took it off.
Yeah. In the second movie, he wears like a bag over his head. The second movie wasn't really my favorite. I'm gonna catch up on the other Jason movies, but I do know what the mask looks like because my friend Daniel got the mask, and I see that mask all the time. Like seriously, it's
it has holes in it.
Yeah, it's just like a hockey mask, and when you look at a hockey mask, you're not gonna find it scary. But when it's something like Jason, you're gonna be like God, oh my God, it's like the child's nightmare and stuff like that.
It's actually Jason. It looks like Jason.
I mean, my mom, like, I'm just gonna say this, but sometimes, I don't understand this, but sometimes people confuse the Michael Myers and the Jason mask. People will look at Michael Myers sometimes and call him Jason.
Yeah, wait.
And sometimes
I don't even,
Jason,
you're right.
yeah, sometimes Jason.
Because Michael Myers has like a mask, it's like kind of human.
Yeah, and sometimes Jason people would confuse Jason's mask for Michael Myers sometimes. But do you agree that Palma Voorhees is the best part in this movie? She's the best character in this movie, basically, because like, and throughout the entire movie, it's
Like
basically
you
a mystery.
said, she's kind of better than Jason.
Yeah, she's almost better than Jason, because in the first movie, like, if you watch the movie for the first time, it's a mystery, so you don't know who's running around the camp killing people, and so it actually reveals near the ending of the movie, and it's just like completely nuts on what happens. And I'm not gonna spoil if you guys haven't seen this movie, because if you haven't by now, I have no idea what you're doing, because this movie is literally almost 40 years old, and yeah, basically
Probably
that's it.
52.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it about this movie. I think this is a classic and stuff like that. It definitely deserves to be recognized. I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10. You're gonna give it?
9.5.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm gonna give you a million.
Yeah. So that's our review of Friday the 13th. Stay tuned for more reviews, I guess. By the time you're watching this, it is Friday the 13th. So by the time you're watching this, Happy Death Day is officially out in theaters. So
And
you
Happy
can
Death
go
Day-
check that out.
And Happy Death Day is about like this girl she fell asleep, then this man that has a baby mask, he's technically killing her in her dreams.
That's gonna be the new Michael Myers, probably. I'm definitely gonna look forward to that movie. It's the people who made The Purge, Get Out, and The Visit. So yeah, we're gonna review that movie sometime. If you guys want to watch it. I wanted to do this movie review so bad because this is my first review that I did of a Jason movie. It's actually pretty cool. This movie's probably the best one in the franchise. And if you guys haven't seen it, I think you should.
You can either watch it, you could
yeah.
buy it. Well, I don't think they
I'm
have it.
gonna give this movie an A-. You give it a 9.5, right? So that's an A+. All right, A- for me, A+ for him. So what do you guys think about Friday the 13th? What are you guys gonna do for Friday the 13th tomorrow? Comment down below. Let me know. I mean,
Yeah. And you can actually look at it on Netflix.
yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for a lot of horror movie reviews coming this Halloween horror month and stuff like that. We got a special horror movie review for you guys on Halloween. We're gonna keep it a secret. You guys will find out what it is on Halloween. And thank you guys for watching. Click that subscribe button and just keep on watching our videos and my videos that I make and stuff like that. And thank you for joining me on this review. And we will catch you later. I'm Mario Fan 520, and I will see you next time. Peace out, and have a great Friday the 13th.